Hi, good evening, and thank you for joining us for our 4-H camp parent meeting. My name is Abby Malloy, and I'm the Director of Flow Programs at Discover You, and we're really happy to see you here today. So congratulations on you or your child's acceptance to the camp. Today you will be getting some information regarding the registration process and then any release forms that are needed from 4-H camp to get everybody ready and set up for camp this summer. So to start off, where exactly is our 4-H STEM camp happening this summer? It's actually taking place at the 4-H Texas Conference Center. It's located in Lake Brownwood, Texas. It is actually about 5 hours from here. Now, you do not have to worry about getting your child to and from camp. That is all, like it's a whole package deal, or if they get accepted into camp, then they will be traveling with us at Discover You to camp. We will actually have 2 large charter buses that we will be using to travel in. So all you have to worry about as a parent is to get your child to and from the designated pickup and drop off location. That location is actually going to be the Hattie Mae White Building. It's the HISC district offices. And as you can see there, it's located at 4400 West 18th Street. And if you're not familiar with it, it's right on 610 and 290 where those two meet. It's right there in that corner. The drop-off will be Monday, July 18th at 7:30 a.m. We're hoping to be able to get on the buses and be driving out of Houston or out of Hattie Mae at 8:30 a.m. And then the pickup will be the same place on Thursday, the 21st at 7 p.m. Now, please note that that is a tentative time, 7 p.m. Once we leave camp, you will be receiving notification from someone at Discover You to let you know what our estimated time of arrival is, so that you are there in time to pick up your child without having to necessarily wait for us or without us having to wait for you. So we can all be there at the same time. One thing that it is important to note that they've requested for us to share is that this camp is unplugged. This means that there are no type of electronics allowed at camp. Now, the reason for this is because they really want to limit distractions, and they want to make sure that when students are at camp, they're fully engaged with the activities that are happening there, and they're building their relationships. They're getting the maximum enjoyment out of their time at camp. While we are traveling, somebody from Discover You will be in contact with you to let you know when we've made it there. And then also when we are driving back from camp, we will let you know when we have left camp. And then also our estimated time of arrival, so that you're able to be reunited with your child. If anything happens and there is a need for you to contact your child, it is an emergency and you have to get a hold of them, please contact camp staff. The number is listed right here. It starts with 325. That is the camp number. Does not mean that you will be able to speak directly to your camper. It just means, I think, that they will be able to get the message across to your camper, and they will be able to kind of get you in contact with them. There are 2 other numbers listed on there if it truly is a life or death type of emergency or situation. The camp program director, Tyler Chile, and then the center director, Mr. Melvin Atkinson, is available as well. They are really excited to providing your camper with an experience that is unplugged. So please be mindful of that. And also, while we are at camp, we do want to be respectful of the fact that we are campers at 4-H. So any type of communication, we ask that it goes through camp so that we follow their communication protocols. Once we leave camp or we are no longer on camp grounds, at that point, then your point of contact will be Discover You staff, which in this case is me. Now, our packing list. What do you take to camp? So please stick to this list closely. Remember that we will only be there for 3 nights, and honestly 3 full days. We will be traveling on day 1. We will be there for 2 full days, and then we will be traveling on day 4. So we will only be there for about like evening time on day 1, and we will be leaving roughly after breakfast on day 4. So just pack accordingly. We ask that you please try to stick to only taking a duffel bag if possible. And then instead of a big hard shell suitcase, or see if maybe you're able to pack using something that's a little bit on the larger carry-on size. That is all appropriate for camp. And they do say to please label everything with your name, and also do not bring jewelry or anything expensive to camp, okay? Please also note that you will be sleeping in dorms by gender, so there will be twin-size beds, but they do not have any type of bedding on them. If you do not want to sleep on a bare mattress, please bring a set of twin-size sheets and a light blanket or a sleeping bag to be able to sleep. Now our packing list continues. These are the items that they want for you to leave at home. This is the stuff that they do not want to see you bring. One of those things that's on there is candy, snacks, or food. Discover U will be providing the snacks for the traveling up there and on the way back. There's no need for you to bring your own snacks. We will be providing all of those. And then once you get to camp, all of your meals will be provided at camp as well. I have had some parents ask me about spending money. There's no need for students to take any money except anything that if they would like to purchase anything at their souvenir store. They do have a little shop where they have water bottles, stickers, hats, sweatshirts, t-shirts, you name it, right? Like little things for them to remember that they have been at camp. So they do have the ability to take some spending money to do that if you would like for them to do some shopping while they are at camp. So now we are moving on to our 4-H registration. So if you are not on your cell phone right now, if you want to go ahead and use your camera to hover over this image, it'll pull up a QR code. It'll pull up a link that you can tap on, and it will actually take you to our registration. So I'm going to pause right here just for a little bit to allow you guys to kind of get the time that you need to get your mobile device so that you can go ahead and make your way over to our private registration set up for us by 4-H. So that will actually take you to something that looks like this. Of course, this is what it looks like directly on my desktop, but it does not look very different on a mobile device. So what you will do is, as a camper, you will go and select camper. You will click add to cart. And as you see over here, it already tells you Discover U STEM Camp Quantity 1. Make sure that you're only, if you are registered, I know that we have a few sibling groups that are going. At that point, you can say that you're registering 2 students, and it'll give you the option to do that. So you do not have to do one individually. It could be one for the whole family. So in this case, we're going to register as 1. We're going to continue. And it'll ask you to input the email address that you want to receive any type of communication directly from 4-H. Make sure that it's something that it's accessible to you, and that you are able to see on a regular basis and get notifications for. Once you put your email address in there, it will actually prompt you to create a password, because it is going to ask you to make an account. Make sure it's something that it's easy for you to remember. Now, from this point forward, because I already have an account, I'm not able to show you the rest of the registration forms, but I will tell you this. There are going to be 3 points where you may have a question. One of them is, it's going to ask you if you are a current 4-H member. You're going to say no, unless you are. But most of you are going to say no. Then it's going to ask you at some point what your district is, your 4-H district. Right there, please just put Harris County. Okay, the 4-H district, you're going to put Harris County. Then there is going to be a spot where it asks you for the date of your last tetanus shot for the camper. This is something very important. Unless you put a date in there, it will kick you out of the registration. So it's very important that you put a date in there. This information is coming directly from the center director. They say typically in 5th grade is when students are required to have the tetanus shot. So think back to the year that your child was in 5th grade and put in a month and year that corresponds to that time. And that should be sufficient for the program to accept it to allow you to continue the registration. So remember, think of a month and year that your child was in 5th grade. If you do not have the exact date of the tetanus shot, you can put that down. Once you get through that, then you can submit and complete your registration, and it will send you it should kick you an email that says that you have successfully completed registration. Okay. Some of you did get a conditional acceptance into the program. In that case, I do ask that you read through your email and see what paperwork you're missing. I'm also available to chat right now in the booth. I am a Spanish speaker, so parents or students who have parents who only speak Spanish, I'm available to help as well. Okay. I'll be here from 6 to 8, available to chat, and I look forward to meeting each and every one of you. Thank you, and let me know if you have any questions.